Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining us once again on the KIS show. My name is Ricky Akbarobari, and Tolu is actually in the studio with me this afternoon. How you doing? Very well. How have you been? What's up? What's with all the break and everything? Actually, in Nigeria, we actually have today is a special celebration for the Muslim faithfuls. But we are right here, exactly. All right. So for today, we have a very interesting conversation. We have a very interesting topic, and we have two wonderful guests that will be joining us. But I'm not going to be disclosing their identity to you right now. We need to go for a break, and when we come back, the guests will be joining us, and then we'll be disclosing what we have for you today. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break. Put it on. It's on now.
So we started 12:14.
Yeah, welcome back from the break. Well, it's to keep it simple. And like I said before we went on the break, today's conversation will be the bomb because we have a very interesting topic right here on the show. So today's topic is wedding vows, for better, for worse, or for better, for best. We know that during wedding ceremonies, the husband and the wife, with the pastor, the husband and the wife exchange their vows where they say confess to each other what they intend to do during the wedding.
Yeah.
So most times the traditional vow is to have and to hold, for better, for worse, in richer for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. So a lot of people nowadays do not want to say that because they feel that for better, for worse is a form of negative confession. I mean, confessing something negative even before the wedding have started. And they feel like that this for better, for worse, or for richer and poorer, in sickness and in health, has a negative effect. Those words are, they believe that words are powerful. As Christians, we should confess positive things. So if you're getting married and at the initial stage of the marriage, which is the wedding day, someone is saying for better and for worse, it is not supposed to be so. So today we are discussing that with our two wonderful guests. The first person we are going to be introducing is Mrs. Olubukola Adasa Obisonya. She's the convener of Train the Boys Initiative. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
All right, ma. And also we have Pastor Odekunle Olutosin. He's a pastor with the Gospel Faith Mission International. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Are you
It's
there?
a pleasure having you.
All right,
You're
so
welcome.
I guess you've heard the introduction which we shared just now. And so straight to the question, do you think that for better, for worse has an implication in the marriage? With a lot of people, myself, I'm single and yet to be married. Anyways, so if I want to get married or during my wedding ceremony, I don't think that I want the pastors to say for better, for worse. Probably for better, for best, or probably I'll just change the entire vow or something like that. So somebody will not come and be saying something negative on my wedding. Did you understand? So for you now, do you think that for better, for worse has a negative effect, or is just one of those things, or we have to share, we have to say these things because we know that life happens. Sometimes bad things happen, sometimes good things happen. So it's just the reality. For some people, it's just the reality. You can't shy away from it. What's your opinion on this? Ma, I think we should start with Mrs. Kosh.
Okay,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
For me, I don't think whether you profess that on the day of your journey, those vows,
yeah,
or you don't profess them, I don't think it changes anything about marriage. It doesn't change the fact that
okay.
Marriage, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So it doesn't change the fact that marriage will go through turbulent times.
Yeah.
There will be worst period, there will be low moments. So it doesn't change anything. So
okay.
marriage itself is one thing. So I think the vow is another thing.
Is another thing.
I kind of subscribe to the fact that some people are coming up to say, someone came up and wrote these vows.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay.
Because it's like the first day to the beginning of like a
forever.
Yeah.
And then we see a lot of what's it called, prayers.
Yes.
They call the couples, pray for them, profess it. So they are like, okay, there's this part of this program I do not want to profess. I don't want to solve these
things. Yeah.
They prayed as couples to be and all of that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say things. I don't want to profess, even though we know it is a reality that some things might happen. It's not better roses.
Okay.
So along the line, because it's just like that's how life is. So, but then I think it's fine for people to say, I want to write my own vows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, for someone that wrote these vows.
Yes.
And I've
exactly.
Already.
Okay.
The vows were very, very different from I don't know, we have this kind of pattern that this is how things are good.
Exactly.
Change is the only constant thing. You are stuck on your spouse, you can come up and write
something else
different.
Okay, let's have a personal vow, something personal. And they will even pray about it to God.
Yeah.
And they put it on their wedding program that this is what and what we want to declare as our marriage vow.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's fine. Even though it doesn't change the fact that worst things will happen in or anything, but I feel like it's perfectly okay if people want to change their vows. I remember for my wedding, mine was not vows, mine was in.
Okay.
The processional people I used to do the
yeah.
And I was a member of the choir. And when my choir visitor was like, oh, and Sister Bukola, can we have your info in the house and everything? So I gave her the information, my peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
That's not this personal thing.
Yeah.
This is what I want to. I want it to be my processional and sessional. Okay, they confirm from the area pastor. I said, when you get the area pastor,
this is what the bride wants.
All right.
They actually changed the sessional. They said you cannot sing this in and you have to sing in. So so sometimes churches can be difficult. They can be like, we don't want to change these vows. But it was someone that wrote these vows. So I feel couples should be allowed
to do that.
Something pattern of yes, they should be allowed to write their own vows.
All right.
They can pray to God about it, and I don't think it matters because truly it doesn't change anything.
Okay, thank you so much, ma.
Let's have
Pastor
Olu say some opinion on this.
Start professing those things at the start of their
wedding day. Thank you so much, ma. Pastor Tosin, can we have your own opinion on this? Do you think there is an implication? Do you think people should be scared that this is a negative confession when we say for better, for worse?
No, thank you. Actually, not at all. Number one, I think we should get the import of the reason why the phrase is included in the ceremony.
Okay.
Number one, we are talking about Christian marriage here.
Yeah.
They are not the one joining the church. The couple are being joined by the church. So, my own opinion, the couple cannot write their vow.
Okay.
They will not come to the church.
Okay.
So they will be coming in the church. The church has to administer the vow. And number two, the concept, I think we are missing the concept of vow. The concept of the vow teaches 4 things. Number one, they are preparing the couple for a lifetime journey. Number one, it teaches them endurance. reminding them that age will not be a bed of roses. Challenges every.
Hello?
Can we?
I think it's better.
Yeah.
Endurance, no matter what happens in your marriage, you must stay with your spouse. Number 2, commitment.
I disagree.
Okay.
No matter what happens, you must stay with your spouse.
Right, you must try. I don't suspect you.
Okay.
Must stay.
Okay, ma, please. We need to thoughts so that we can actually synergize the entire conversation.
From a woman perspective, you are a man, like you can have
Okay.
You should try and work things out. No matter what happens, try and work things out. But I don't want that one. No matter what.
You must stay.
Alright, ma, please. Can you hear me, ma?
I think this is actually becoming a very interesting conversation. But we want to allow Pastor Olutosin to actually finish exactly. All right, sir. We can hear you.
I'm not to allow the issue is wow. The concept of vow is that it's an agreement between two people.
Yeah.
And no talk.
Like the entry.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bible even told us it's simple when you according to Deuteronomy 23:21. So you should not break any form of covenant you have. So what we are teaching our young people is that what you are you are going into this contract like you want to my colleague or this relationship. It's a kind of a bond between both of you.
Okay. Yeah.
So, we are just trying to teach, the church is trying to teach the couple that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, let's have you.
So if we are trying to teach them that, I feel like it's not true that
vow. I was about to say that as well.
Okay. So it's not about the vow they are taking on that day. I think it's before, like when you
counseling period.
Marital classes. So all these what is happening is not something. That's why some sermons, when I attend some wedding, I'm like, what are you saying? Because I'm very good. So some of the things we do on that wedding day, they are not really what prepares the couple. What prepares the couple are the things we do. That's why marital classes is very, very important for couples to be, and churches should take it serious. They should have experienced couples who can talk to them before they take those vows. So I don't think it's that one phrase that's saying that that's how they are preparing them. They should have prepared them. They should have told them these things because everything starts from that day.
That's true. Well, if I'm to add my own 2 cents to this discussion, it will be that I personally don't think that it's wrong for couples to profess their love and expectation in the marriage, even at the wedding. I mean, I know that this is like a covenant binding both of them. So it's like a promise to your partner that, okay, in sickness, in health, these are realities. So it's good that they've prepared their mind during the counseling session, the premarital counseling session, and even for them to be able to declare it openly that we are in this together. Through thick and thin. We are professing this in the presence of God and other witnesses. So it's really not bad if we have such.
All right. Hello, ma. Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear the last 2 lines.
She was saying.
I was saying that. Yes, I was saying that for me, it's not bad if we have couple, profess this thing. Even in the church on the wedding day, it is reality. So it's nice that they prepare their mind. We know that they've done all of those things in pre-counseling sessions, but it's not bad if they openly declare their love for each other and even expectations. And these are realities. These are things that will definitely happen. But you are letting people know that through thick and thin, you're going to stick by each other, and you are professing it in the presence of God and witnesses. Telling God that this gift that you've given me, I'm going to honor her, I'm going to cherish her, I'm going to love her despite all odds or against all odds. So yeah, it's really no big deal for me. Yeah, it's
but do we have couples who take those vows and they just stick to them? Do we have them?
We do.
So that's
We do. About the vows. Yeah.
About that day. We have couples who is sickness, they will leave their spouse. I saw someone like that. She took her wife to the bride's home. She was like, I'm so sorry, I need to work, I need to do so many things.
Yeah.
And she took her there for I think like a year.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I'm not saying what they've done here. I'm not trying to say you can change or you cannot change. I'm just saying that we still, even despite confessing those things on your wedding day, people still
don't commit to the promise they've made.
It's not just about saying these
things. Yeah.
So it goes beyond just we are saying it publicly.
Okay, now that will lead us to talking about commitment in relationship and in marriages, isn't it?
So where is the vow? When you say it was, and they will tell you forget. When you remind them, they say, "Oh, that one is like
we just said that."
So that's for me. That's why I feel like the vow is good, is important, but you can. I think couples should be able to write
their vows.
It doesn't change anything.
Okay. All right. So, Pastor Tosin, when we talk about you were talking about the vows, and you were like, it's the church. The church has the right to do what they are doing, and the couples are not allowed to change their vows. So, but when we find with situations we find now in recent times, we see that despite like what Mrs. Olubukola said, she said that despite the vows, people don't even commit. Yeah. So what's the issue? How can we sing this? How do you now ensure that, oh, as a church, these vows that these people are saying and commitment, how do you merge these things together to ensure that, okay, this man or this woman will be committed to this marriage?
All right, like I said the other time, number one, even if you say, I think the phrase we were talking about is for better, for worse, and
sure, definitely for best.
Now, they are saying couples saying for better, for best.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when they went apart, you know. And of course, we have also seen cases where they said for better, for worse, when issues came, they divorce them, it's fine. But that does not stop us from still encouraging couples going into union. Encourage couples not to do, to tell them to do the right thing. For better, for worse. What you are trying to say is that marriage, we have challenges, and we are having it to stay with their spouse no matter what. Or talk like that again. That's them from saying this is a normal, or let me say this is are we talking about Christian marriage?
Of course. Christian marriage, yes. Christian marriages.
Yeah.
The Christian marriage. We have examples in the scriptures. We like, for example, Job and his wife is in the generation of Obed forget.
Okay. So, okay, sir. So you are saying that for better, for best now, people should not say for better, for best. Is that what you are saying? That we should just stick to the tradition for better, for worse? Because this is a kind of like emphasis in the marriage that, oh, this will happen. Is that what you are saying? That we should not say for better, for best. We should not change it. We should leave it as the church has always had it, which is for better, for worse. Is that what you are saying?
I just subscribe to Father. Yes, we should leave it that way so that people will be aware.
Okay. I think I'm on his side.
You're on his side too.
I'm on his side.
All right. Okay.
It is the reality. But I would like your opinion on this whole thing about commitment, because we've seen that whether or not you declare this thing openly on your wedding day, issues happen, life happens, and things may go south, and people don't have the need to want to stay together anymore. irrespective of the vow that is binding them together, even from the onset.
Does it make the vow as in non-effective? So what's the essence of saying these things when it doesn't really hold much water? Why do we now share the vows in the church? If people can just do whatever they like. Can we do away with the vow entirely?
No. I think it depends on the two players involved, the partners involved.
Just not put much emphasis on, like, the vows as this way.
Oh, okay.
I feel I think what we should focus on is life after marriage, and what we should focus on is the kind of training these couples have been through, what they've told them, because there are some what is it called? Marital lessons, marital lectures that are very, very important. That's why I said marriage committees in church should have couples who are experienced, who have walked this path and they weathered the storm and they are proudly stable, because marriage is the stages. They will, like I think the first 5 years we are trying to move, then maybe the next 5 years a little bit, then maybe after that probably be stable. But for some people, like the first 5 years, they're kind of a bit stable, rosy, and then the next 5 years. So everybody marriage is different. So I think they should kind of draw people. They should kind of have a short list of people who they think, okay, these marriages are kind of stable, so they can guide the couple. Because it's beyond that. The wedding day itself.
Yeah. Definitely.
Just to bless that day and to maybe join like public here. So that's for me. That's why that vow is. I just feel like it's just my need.
All right. So I actually have a question for. Okay. All right. I think you should go first.
My question will be about commitment. So we've established that commitment is one of the most important things that will hold marriage together, because of course it helps you navigate life, through the turbulence and all. It makes you want to stay focused to your promise to each other. But can we have a balance? Can we have commitment on both sides, 50-50, or there are instances where one is higher than the other? But the most important thing is that should it just be 100%, or it is bad if we have one person committing more than the other? Can you just explain? Because I know both of you are married, you've been married for years now. Can you explain through your own experience what commitment is like in marriages?
Is the question for me or pastor?
To you, or any of you can take it off.
Commitment is a very, very key ingredient in marriage, because I'm sure we all know that love is not enough. If love was enough, most marriages will still be together by now. So there are a lot of other ingredients, which commitment is also one of them. Like, it's not just about I can be committed to something, but there is still issues. So commitment is very, 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 very important, yes, and it's required from both parts, because if one person is committed, kind of pulling the weight, they are going to feel weary and get tired at some times, and that's why you find that the person who is not committed lacks more life, because they want it balanced. So they talk a lot and then they get on the other person's nerve that but I think sincerely, I'm not sure the commitment can be
balanced. Can never be balanced.
You just have to kind of allow excesses for each other, allow each other's weaknesses, where this person is weak and strong there, where this person is strong or something. So we just have to understand that part, that you can't be 50-50, because I'm bringing this to the table, there's not necessarily me. And it all depends on the person's personality, how the person was brought up, and then a lot of background issues. It's just all moving together. So I don't think it can be 50-50, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't aim at 50-50. We should always strive, couples should always strive, put their effort, put their best foot forward. How can I make this marriage better? They should sit down on their own and think about it. Okay, what else can I do? And that's what I try to do every time we have wedding anniversary.
Alright.
I'm always like, okay, so what can we be doing? What can we do better? How can we improve on these things? And so I feel like for commitment to kind of balance it sometimes, so we just need to look at how far we are from, what are the major issues we be having in this marriage? How can we go around this? What can we do? So
alright, thank you so much, Ma, for that. I really do appreciate your contribution. So I have a last question for Pastor Tosin. Yeah. So you see, he has been of the opinion that we should stick to for better, for worse. Now, don't you think that for better, for worse, in a way, encourages a partner that has a bad behavior to keep on doing the bad things without looking at the emotion of the other person, because it feels like, oh, it is for better, for worse, we are in this together, so you don't have any choice, you must deal with it. Do you understand what I'm saying, Pastor Tosin? Don't you think that for better, for worse, especially that worse, as a way of foiling the other person that is even doing the worst in the marriage, and he is like, or she is like, oh, you said for better, for worse, so anything you see, you will manage it. How does the other person now cope?
You will carry it.
How do you cope as the one that is enduring the worst part in the marriage?
Of course, you know, both parties in that marriage, each of them will not be perfect. Each of them have their weakness. And number one thing I want us to note in marriage is not competition. So what we talk about, marriage is to complement each other. So it does not matter who is wrong, the other person that is right at that time is to complement the weakness.
Even if it involves abuse or domestic violence or
cases like that.
That is another point entirely.
Okay.
When it comes to domestic violence, you know, a lot of us.
Don't forget that domestic violence is part of the worst in marriage.
Yeah, worst things that can happen.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do not forget that domestic violence and all these things, abuses, is part of the worst in marriage that can happen in some marriages. So if we're saying for better, for worse, that worst now, which is domestic violence, are we encouraging
and any other form of abuse
still stick to that worst, even when it is life-threatening?
Yeah, you're right.
See, that emotional abuse is very rampant among Christians.
Okay.
Because the way they eat their wife, the pastor wife or the pastor will miss it. But that emotional one, that's what they say, I won't beat you. I won't like this to anybody in your church. I won't beat you. But what I will do?
So the question to Pastor Tosina is that should the partner still stick to such
that worst
marriage?
Yeah. I really want him to answer. I want to have his opinion. Are you there, Pastor Tosin?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Speak on.
Yep.
Easy.
The issue is this, like I said, you know, when it gets, because domestic violence is very is important that we deal with it as quick as possible. I won't subscribe to the fact that somebody will keep silence and will be suffering from domestic violence. In the guise of Christianity, I will not subscribe. And that's why I said a lot of counseling has to come in. We have seen cases where it was enduring at the end of the day. The woman got killed, and nobody prays to his member or. So the domestic violence, the women there involved in those things should not keep silent. Like I used to mention, there is always the first time for something. Maybe let's assume it's a mistake. When it is coming the second time, you should vehemently refuse that and report that. You know, so that it will continue.
First time,
all right, premeditated action. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Sam. I think the discussion has actually been very interesting here in the studio, but we are actually running out of time. So I just want you to share your last words when it comes to wedding vows. Your last words. What do you think people should take out, or what do you think people should extract? Your own form of advice when it comes to wedding vows. I think Mrs. Bukola should start first.
Yeah. So I already said it earlier. I think couples should understand why these vows exist, and they should be allowed to probably write their own vows if they want to. If they don't want to confess the vows, those ones they normally confess on the wedding day. But they should bear in mind, either newly married or those ones preparing, they should bear in mind that it doesn't change the fact that that was will happen. It doesn't change the fact that that sickness may come. So, if you like take the conventional vows, if you like write contemporary ones, quick one, it doesn't change the fact that the journey.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. Oh, what about Pastor Tosin? What's your own last word when it comes to wedding vows? Your own advice?
My advice is that the wedding vow is a summary of things that.
Okay.
So they should hold on to themselves, no matter what happens. They should stick together.
Yeah.
In workers together, I'm sure they will come out fine. So it's just a reminder that it will not be better of you. Challenges will come in marriage that will stay to one another. So
all right. Thank you so much, Sanma. It's been really, in fact, very interesting. I've actually gained something myself from this discussion. Thank you so much for actually joining us today. We really, really do appreciate every contribution that you've shared on the show. Thank you so much. So over to you, Tolu. What's your own view concerning this vow thing? I'm sure probably something has changed with everything that we've discussed here in the studio.
Let's make it brief. I would still adopt the, conventional vows, whatever it is the church will give me to read out, depending on the church I'm getting wedded at. But then I strongly believe that the couple involved should have a vision for their family. They should have a vision for their marriage. It is with that they would run with. So just like the Bible has said, write the vision down so that if they are running, they run with it. So that is that. You may not necessarily say that in church. You may not read your vision how to do, but have something that both of you in your closet will always run with,
you
aside the regular vow that will be exchanged at the altar that day. So that's it for me.
All right, so this is where we bring the program to a close today, which is wedding vows, for better, for worse, or for better, for best. We've heard different opinions. Well, Mrs. Bukola said that it doesn't really matter if you share it, yes or no, but the fact is that trying times will come in marriages, and what you do at that time matters a lot. So till we see you some other time, have a wonderful day. We pray that you have so many blessings in your marriages. In Jesus' name, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. Now we are offline.